What brought you in today?
I've been feeling some anxiety lately, kind of flaring up a little, so
What's been going on?
a lot is going on. My fiance is in the Navy, and he just finished basic training, and so he's in A school. We're getting married. My fiance, and so we're having to do it quickly so that he doesn't get sent overseas. So we're having to get married next month, which is proving to be really stressful. My family's not too into it. His family is super not into it. And it's putting strain on some friendships, and it's pretty stressful. So I think maybe that's what's got me all worked up.
It's a lot. It's a lot going on. What's the one thing that stands out?
Probably being apart from him, like not being able to talk to him as much as I would like, or being able to like go see him, because we're very close, like on a friendship level as well as a relationship level, and like he's my best friend, and usually he's the one I go to every time something happens, something good or something bad, something stressful or exciting, and so it's hard trying to be like emotionally independent, which I thought I was emotionally independent. Actually would like kind of boast that I was emotionally independent from him, but being apart from him like this is unlike anything I've ever experienced in our whole relationship, and so I'm realizing that I'm not actually as emotionally independent as I thought.
So you've learned something about yourself.
Yeah, I guess I have. I learned he's more independent than I thought he was. I didn't give him enough credit for that, so.
And you're laughing. How does that make you feel about that?
I feel mean, because I don't know, I think I used to kind of make fun of him, like, oh, he was so obsessed with me, and like, oh, he needed me so badly, and I was like, oh, please, like, give me space. But now the tables have turned, and he's the one that's busy and doing his own thing and doesn't need me as much anymore, and because he's taking care of himself, which is good, because that's what I wanted. I wanted him to take care of himself, but not having him to take care of is, I think, making me focus on myself, which scares me.
What scares you?
How much I don't like where I am, who I am, and I would much prefer to just focus on him and what he has to work on and how to get him to where he wants to be. Because I've always been, as dissatisfied as I am with myself, I've always been ahead of him. More financially responsible, more ambitious, more adult than him. But now that he's really caught up and doing well on his own, we can just be partners without me having to be like his mom, which is so good for us, but so scary for me, because it's like, first of all, it's like, well, what do I even do with myself now that I don't have him to take care of? But then it's also like, I don't want to.
Do you miss being like his mom?
I think I miss how important it made me feel.
You felt important?
Yeah, it made me feel like, I don't know, almost kind of like that was my purpose in life, was to guide him and help him and encourage him and be his cheerleader and his mentor, because he never had that growing up. He had his abusive parents, and he didn't start getting on the right track until he met me. Like, he's, for lack of a better phrase, been like my project. And he's done amazing, and he's all done now. Like, I'm done with, like, everything from here on out is pretty much up to him, for the most part.
Do you feel like your project is over?
The project, yeah. I mean, we're going to get married, and throughout our marriage, we will have to take turns being the strong one, So there may come a time where he's weak and I'm strong, and I'll kind of slip back into that, like, in charge, motherly-ish, nurturing, guiding role. But I think for the most part, I think he's pretty much done growing up. Like, I think he's completely caught up to where a 25-year-old should be. So as far as my project of catching him up, yeah, I'm done with that.
It sounds like you liked being the motherly role. Do you miss it?
I do. I'm nurturing by nature, and I always have been. I've always been, like, even when I was a little kid, I was like a little mom, even to older kids. Like, I was just always a little bossy. I like to say that I have leadership skills, but bossy. And but nurturing, like I would never say that I use like tough love by any means. I would tell him, I would give it to him straight, but I would also be there to, pick up the pieces when he fell apart and give him that affection and that reassurance and that encouragement that he never had. And I think that made me feel good because, like, I want to be kind of what I needed when I was a kid. Not that I didn't have support or love. Like, I had amazing parents, but my mom was a single mom for like the first 10 years of my life. So there was like a rocky decade there that kind of ended up resurfacing into my teen years. And I felt very alone. And I had a lot of family, I still do, a lot of family that loves me and cares about me and was there for me. But I feel like I never had someone who would like totally make me their project. Like totally focus all of their energy on me and like make it their life's mission to make sure that I get to where I need to be.
You felt alone.
Yeah, I felt really alone. And so I kind of, when I met Andrew, when I heard, when we got close and I heard what he'd been through, I just immediately wanted to take him under my wing and like, I don't know, like people when they go through tough times, no matter what the situation is, I feel like they either makes them stronger or weak. And I feel like my hardships made me strong, and his made him weak. And so I felt kind of like a responsibility to him, being someone that I loved, that I should help him be strong.
How do you help someone be strong?
I think when you're systematically beat down physically and emotionally your whole childhood and teen years, like he was, that like it takes like reconditioning. Someone telling you every day that they love you and that you're worthy and that you can do this, and kind of, encouraging him and, getting really specific, like helping him find jobs, typing up his resume, driving him to and from work, helping him get his license back, helping him pay off debt, like, really helping him get his life back together. And, for the past 4 years of my life, my days have, for the most part, revolved around him.
You've had your plate full.
Yeah. So now that, I feel kind of like, a mother whose baby's gone off to college. Like, I'm not really done forever, but I'm kind of done with this era. And now he's off doing his own thing, making something of himself, taking care of himself. And I am empty nest.
Is that the way you want to feel? How do you want to feel?
I think that there's like this happy medium that I'm hoping for, that I thought I would feel, where we're just equal partners. I lean on him, he leans on me. we work hard together to achieve what we want individually and as a couple, and we have our own independent lives, but that we share with each other willingly. And I think right now I'm feeling kind of left in the dust while he goes off to do his own thing, which is not what he's doing. He's not doing that to me. I'm feeling that way because when you go from having this person in your everyday life to not having them be a part of that anymore, I don't know. I just feel empty.
Feel left out, alone.
Yeah. Definitely left out. Because, I don't know, like, he has a life outside of me. Like, being the person that, like, would take care of him and help him so much, I was involved in everything about his life. His relationship with his family, I guided him through that. His work life, I guided him through that. His friendships, I guided him through those. Like, everything, every aspect of his life, I was right there helping him make his choices. And so I'm used to having a very heavy hand in his daily choices. And so to go for 4 years, basically making someone's decisions with them and feeling like you have a right to know what they're thinking. You have a right to put in your 2 cents about what they want to do. Especially when I'm spending my time and my money trying to help him. I definitely felt entitled to access to his innermost thoughts and what are you doing and who are you with. And, I definitely had a lot of control that he gave to me. It wasn't an abusive, controlling kind of thing. I mean, he gave me that control because he trusted me to help him on the right track. And it worked. I mean, he is on the right track. He's all done.
Is it all done?
I mean, like I said, for the era, for the catching up to the rest of us era, yeah. I mean, he graduated from boot camp and he's in A school and he has a career and he's doing great and he has new friends and he's got it all figured out for the time being, And anything that I just feel like anything we encounter from now on is going to be something that would easily derail me too. Whereas he was before now he was dealing with things that were beneath where I was. I was here in adulthood and he was down here flailing. And so now I feel like we're equally adult. And so anything that is going to hit him now, he could probably handle just as well as I could. And, I won't have to work so hard to help him through it. Whereas before I would have to drop everything, and make it my main focus.
Sounds like you're proud of how far he's come.
I'm so proud of him. And that's why it's such a conflicting feeling. I feel gross that I feel this way because I really, really, really proud of him and what he's accomplished and how far he's come and the man that he is. And
so what's gross about it?
Why am I jealous of that? Why am I having any negative feelings at all? First of all, I love him, so anything good that happens to him should make me happy. Mm-hmm. And also, this is what I wanted for him. This is what he wanted for himself. And it's happening. So why aren't I happy about it? And I don't know if maybe I just didn't realize how difficult the transition would be. Going from one chapter to the next.
You seem hurt.
I am.
Explore that with me. What does being hurt feel like?
I feel like I didn't get enough credit for his accomplishment.
So you think you deserve credit?
Yeah. I very severely have hurt my relationship with my family by helping him so much. They did not, to this day, do not like how much I stuck my neck out for him and sacrificed my own goals and, financially, my time, and he let me down again and again, and I kept giving him second chances, and I just, I was that girl that would let him drive me to work so he could go look for jobs. It was bad for a while, and I just had so much faith in him, and I saw something in him that no one else did, and I'm glad that I stuck with it, and I'm glad that I didn't give up on him, because obviously there was greatness within him, and I was able to see something that other people couldn't, but I feel like I've made huge sacrifices for him to be where he is today. And I want him to be proud of himself, because he could not have done it without believing in himself and working hard. But I also am not completely convinced that he could have done it without me. And I know that I would give credit where credit is due if I had help like that.
So you're feeling kind of gypped.
Yeah. So now he gets to, make new friends and learn new things and, start this new career and get all this praise from all of our friends and all of our family and everyone we know. Tons of praise. Strangers stop him in the streets to tell him, thank you for your service. And, he's getting praise 24/7 from people telling him that they are proud of him, they appreciate him. And I am getting no recognition at all for anything that I've done.
And what would recognition look like to you?
I feel like hearing him tell me, I couldn't have done this without you.
Right.
I appreciate everything you've sacrificed to get me to this point. Thank you for loving me through this, or, something of that nature, But...
So you want reassurance?
Yeah. Yeah. Or even, a public proclamation, Post on Facebook, say, I just want to say that, I could not, this could not have happened without blah, blah, blah. That's something I would do. I just am not, I just don't know how he can pretend like I didn't do this with him.
Mm-hmm.
That I wasn't, there were not sleepless nights on my end. Or times where my bank account was at 0 or overdrawn because of him. Or I didn't have gas in my car and my paycheck didn't get in until the next 2 days, so I had to call out of work because he drove my car so much. He really took advantage of me.
So you feel taken advantage of?
Yeah.
Do you still?
No. Not necessarily, I think. I think he appreciates me. I think. We'll see. I haven't been able to spend much time with him. But he hasn't said, thank you for everything you've done or anything like that. He hasn't said anything like that.
It sounds hard.
Yeah. I was really expecting him to say something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even realize I felt that way. But yeah, I think that that's where a lot of my anxiety and insecurity is coming from, because I'm like, how can you put 4 years of living practically in poverty and working 2 jobs and sharing your car and sleepless nights worrying about this person and